Good morning. I am just going to get put together here. Okay. Come on. You're being a real pain in my ass. Loading up today. There we go. Maybe. Can't tell what I'm doing with this setup. Nuts. Ah. There we go. I guess. It's not perfect, but it'll do. Sorry for all of the wiggling and shaking. This is a reading I pulled last night. I used my Wild Moon phase deck card for the prompts. Waning giveth heightened awareness. Understanding, seeking with heightened awareness comes an entirely new set of coordinates. A new plateau has been reached, presenting you with a myriad of new doors to open and pathways to explore. History and lore, a time for learning and absorption as well as communication and revelation. Followers of the moon dedicate themselves to study during this lunar window. In fact, they use it as a window to the soul that transfers the inner corridors of their minds and spirits, gleaning personal and universal information to better understand themselves, the world, and their place in it. Choose an area of study that has either always called to you or has recently come into focus. Carve out special solitary time for study, contemplation, and when you're ready, sharing and communication. This forms the structure for community, strengthened, awake, and aware. Oil. Anoint a candle with either cinnamon or mint oil. Both revitalize and reawaken the mind. I am open to mantras. I am open to knowledge. I am a perpetual student. I know nothing and everything. And the way I have this set up is pretty jiggly. I'll have to change that next time. And let's put you over here. I'm using my Giant's Tarot. You can see. And the cards pulled last night were, okay, come on, things, scoot back. I need room. Justice, the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords, Five of Swords, and 10 of Coins. That's not bad. And my So my prompts I used from the card were heightened awareness, seeking, and understanding. And I started by, lately, I have been getting a lot of swords. Also lately, I've been pretty damn lazy. Everybody has swords in this layout except for Bestla, the 10 of coins. And so, heightened awareness, justice. Be aware of the little things I may be able. Oh, excuse me, I'm gonna have to take a break. I've got watering going on outside. I'm gonna pause this. I'll be right back. And water moved. Be aware of the little things I may be able to effect. Effect and open myself to ways ways I can better me and those within my sphere of influence. King of Swords and Five of Swords. Thrym, Hymir, and Hrod. Thrym is the king of Jotunheim and the tribal leader of the storm giants. He is cunning, canny, and loves to plot. He hosts a fine table, but one must be careful what one says at it. He is best known for the myth wherein he steals Thor's hammer and demands, nobody. I hate nobodies. Wherein he steals Thor's hammer and demands the love goddess Freya as a price. Thor is convinced by Loki to dress up as Freya in order to get his hammer back, and Thrym is defeated and left to sulk in his cold northern palace of ice. His card, the King of Swords, symbolizes intellectual judgment and a mind concerned with tactics. Strategy is the order of the day, and allowing one's feelings to get in the way of cold planning will bring everything down. Watch what you say and listen closely to the words of others. Find out the deception behind them before it defeats you. 5. In the beginning days of the 9 worlds, Muspelhelm, I need to learn these words better, periodically drew near to Niflheim, melting the ice where they collided and flooding the land. At first, the fire giants and the frost giants lived separately, but eventually a few brave ones began to make the journey from one side to the other. The first two to meet and fall in love across the divide were Hymir, a small and minor frost giant, and Hrod, a fire giantess. They bore a son together, who was later to join the Aesir and be called Tyr. When Ymir was killed and the worlds flooded, they escaped to Muspelheim, Hrod with her babe in her arms, and Ymir carrying his nine-headed old mother on his back. Later they have a temporary cameo part in the Heimskvada when Tyr brings Thor home to meet his estranged family and steal their great cauldron. The card of Hymir and Hrod signifies a goal achieved across great odds and great boundaries. Success is by no means assured and must be fought for, but if the goal is achieved, the eventual fruits will be sweet and well worth it. Preparation. A meeting of the sides pay close attention to what is needed to balance to balance. the actions of the sides. That's pretty ambiguous, isn't it? The Knight of Swords, Bali, and the Ten of Coins, Bestla. And coins. Knight of Swords, Beli. When Frey, the golden god of the Vanir, married Gerda, the beautiful giantess, most did not approve. Frey was an Aesir hostage, and the Aesir disliked his marriage to one of their enemies. The Alfar, whom Frey was the Aesir governor, objected to Gerda. On Gerda's side, although her parents became resigned to the match, her brother Beli never forgave her for it, and has sworn to kill Frey if Ragnarok comes. As Frey has given up his sword to Gerda's family, he will be defenseless. Beli is the berserker, all the rebels against peace. Beli is the berserker, all that rebels against peace, the opposite of Gerda and Frey, who are the peacemakers. His energy is not always negative. Sometimes circumstances require a violent heave in order to unearth one's self from stagnation and rigidity. But he is not content unless he is fighting something, and if there is no fair battle about, he will make an unfair one in order to test his mettle and vent his wrath. The Knight of Swords shows Beli the Berserker with his clan totem, the Great Cave Bear. It indicates the urge to rebel, to throw off chains, to shake up the stagnant, smug, and self-satisfied, and to vent one's anger and built up resentment. It also indicated the need to find appropriate targets to do that before it bursts out in the wrong places or at the wrong people. Bestla is a giantess from before the flood who married Bor, the son of the outlander Buri, who sired the Aesir race. His sons were Odin, Vili, and Ve, and Odin eventually became Allfather of the Aesir. She lives with him in Asgard, where she is much honored as a wise elder. She is pictured her as a tall woman with long white hair, standing as if in support to a throne, which with riches around her. This card indicates stability, permanence, and equilibrium. In the practical and financial aspects of home and business. path to equanimity is hard fought. Okay, I guess that's good for now. I hope everyone has a great day. Stay safe. Peace. Love you all. Doodles.